The Queen's Club Championships in London were supposed to be Alex Eala's crowning moment. Fresh off her historic Birmingham Open victory, fresh off breaking the Czech curse, fresh off breaking a career-high world number 33. The grass was green, the stakes were high, and the tennis world was watching. But what actually happened around Alex Eala and Queen's Club was something that nobody could have predicted. It was not just about the match, it was about everything that surrounded it. A last-minute promotion into the main draw when top players pulled out, a Serena Williams sighting that left Eala starstruck, a brutal second-round collision course with her close friend and French Open tormentor Iva Jovic, and a loss that ended her 6-match winning streak on grass. But that was not the real story. The real story was what happened behind the scenes, the pressure, the emotions, the moments that the cameras did not capture. Today on TopSpin, we are taking you inside Queen's Club. What really happened to Alex Eala in London will surprise you. For more coverage in tennis, subscribe and hit the notification bell. Let us start at the very beginning. Alex Eala was not even supposed to be in the main draw of the Queen's Club Championships. When the tournament was first announced, she was listed as a qualifier. The WTA 500 event at Queen's Club is one of the most prestigious grass court tournaments in the world, second only to Wimbledon itself. The field was stacked with legends: Elena Rybakina, the world number 2, Amanda Anisimova, the 2025 Wimbledon finalist, Belinda Bencic, the Olympic champion, and then an unexpected name appeared on the entry list: Serena Williams. The 23-time Grand Slam champion was making her return to tennis after a 4-year hiatus. The competition for spots was fierce, but then something happened. Player withdrawals. Jessica Pegula pulled out due to injury. Hailey Baptiste also withdrew. Linda Noskova and Kristina Buxa were also out. The tournament needed replacements, and Alex Eala's name was at the top of the list. She was promoted from the qualifiers to the main draw, alongside Czech veteran Karolina Pliskova. This was massive. Eala did not have to fight through qualifying matches. She did not have to spend extra days in London grinding against hungry qualifiers. She went straight into the main draw, fresh, ready, focused. The Filipino fans celebrated, but the promotion also brought pressure. Expectations were higher, the spotlight was brighter, and everyone wanted to know if Eala could handle it. In interviews before the tournament, Eala spoke about the importance of staying grounded. She had just won the Birmingham Open. She had just beaten a Czech player for the first time in her career, but she refused to get carried away. "I'm so honored to be lifting this trophy today, but lifting this trophy does not mean I will be among the greats yet, so I'm motivated to keep working," she said. That was classic Alex Eala: humble, hungry, never satisfied. She also addressed the cutthroat nature of the grass court season. Everyone's preparing for Wimbledon, so it's really cutthroat. More than anything, it motivates me and keeps me focused. That was the mindset she carried into Queen's Club. Focused, determined, ready for the next challenge. Now let us talk about the moment that made Alex Eala forget about tennis entirely. Serena Williams, the 23-time Grand Slam champion, the woman who redefined women's tennis, the icon who inspired a generation. She was at Queen's Club, and Alex Eala saw her. Williams had announced her comeback to professional tennis earlier in the year. She received a wildcard entry into the Queen's Club Championships, her first tournament since retiring 4 years ago. The news sent shockwaves through the tennis world. Fans could not believe it. Players could not believe it. And Alex Eala? She was starstruck. In an interview with the Daily Tribune, Eala could not hide her excitement. She said, "It's incredible. I did not think that I would be able to experience that in my lifetime, to be on the tour while Serena is competing as well." She continued, "Of course she is great and such an inspiration. To be able to see that firsthand and experience the tour at the same time as her is something I'll remember for life. Even if I don't get any interactions with her, it would still be an honor just to be in the same space." Eala was not alone in her awe. Players across the draw were buzzing about Williams' return. But for Eala, it was personal. She grew up watching Williams dominate the sport. She modeled parts of her game after the American legend, and now she was competing in the same tournament, walking the same halls, breathing the same air. It was a full-circle moment. Williams' comeback was short-lived, however. She had planned to play in the women's doubles competition at Queen's Club, but her partner, Victoria Mikboko of Canada, had to withdraw due to a left knee injury. The tournament ended for Williams before it really began. But her presence lingered, the inspiration remained, and Eala carried that inspiration with her onto the court. "I am really, really excited," Eala said, and she meant it, because for a girl from Manila who once dreamed of being like Serena, just being in the same building was a victory in itself. The first round of the Queen's Club Championships was set. Alex Eala would face veteran Chinese player Shuai Zhang, world number 64, a former top 20 player, a 2-time Grand Slam doubles champion. She was experienced, she was crafty, and she was hungry for a win. The match was scheduled for Tuesday, June 9th. Eala had just 1 day to recover from her grueling Birmingham Open final. She had traveled 118 miles from Birmingham to London. Her body was tired, her ankle was still sore, but her mind was sharp. Zhang was not an easy opponent. She had reached the Wimbledon singles quarterfinals in the past. She had also been a Wimbledon doubles finalist. On grass, she was dangerous, but Eala had momentum, she had confidence, and she had the support of the Filipino fans in London. The match was played on one of the outer courts. The stands were packed with Filipino flags. The chants of "Eala, Eala, Eala" echoed through the historic club. Eala fed off the energy. She moved well, she served well, she returned even better. She defeated Zhang in straight sets. The score was 6-3, 6-4. It was not easy, but it was convincing. Eala advanced to the second round. The victory extended her winning streak on grass to 6 matches, 6 consecutive victories, 6 reasons to believe that the Wimbledon dream was alive. But waiting for her in the second round was a familiar face, a friend, a rival, the woman who had broken her heart at the French Open. Iva Jovic. The draw at Queen's Club had placed Eala and Jovic in the same quarter. If both won their first-round matches, they would meet in the round of 16. Eala did her part. Jovic, the 6th seed, did hers. The stage was set for a rematch. 2 friends, 2 rivals, 2 weeks after their first meeting at Roland Garros. The French Open match had been painful for Eala. She lost in straight sets, 6-4, 6-2. She cried in the locker room after. She had wanted to prove that she could beat her friend. Instead, she was reminded of how far she still had to go. But Queen's Club was different. The surface was grass, not clay. Eala was the defending Birmingham Open champion. She had won 6 straight matches on grass. Her confidence was high. Jovic was also in form, having reached the 3rd round of the French Open before losing to Naomi Osaka. But on grass, the advantage was supposed to favor Eala. The match began. The expectations were high. The Filipino fans were loud. The American fans were louder. But from the very first game, it was clear that Jovic had other plans. She was aggressive. She was powerful. She was relentless. Eala struggled to find her rhythm. Her serve, which had been inconsistent all season, let her down. Her ground strokes were rushed. Her movement was half a step slow. The final score was brutal. 6-2, 6-2. Jovic dominated from start to finish. Eala's 6-match winning streak on grass came to an end. She walked off the court with her head down. The cameras captured her disappointment. The Filipino fans in the stands were silent. The dream of back-to-back grass court titles was over. But here is what the cameras did not capture, what really happened after the match. According to sources, Eala and Jovic did not exchange cold pleasantries. They did not avoid each other. They hugged, they talked, they walked off the court together. Jovic comforted her friend. Eala accepted the loss with grace. Later, Jovic spoke about the match. She said, "I hope we can play in later stages of tournaments. Hopefully, when both of our rankings go up, we'll be on opposite sides of the draw, so we can only meet in the semifinals or finals." She also addressed their friendship directly. "There's no hostility. We chat like normal in the locker room. Everything is fine. We're friends again off the court." That is the part of the story that most fans missed. The loss was painful, but the friendship remained intact. And for Alex Eala, that mattered more than any ranking point. Let us zoom out. Because the Queen's Club Championships were not just about winning or losing. They were about growth, about learning, about preparing for the bigger battles ahead. First, Queen's Club taught Eala that she belongs at this level. She was promoted to the main draw because tournament organizers believed in her. She held her own against Zhang, a veteran who has competed at the highest level for over a decade. She showed that she can compete on grass against anyone in the world. The loss to Jovic was humbling, but it was not the end. Second, Queen's Club taught Eala about the importance of perspective. Seeing Serena Williams on the court, competing again, reminded her why she started playing tennis in the first place. Not for the rankings, not for the money, for the love of the game, for the dream. Serena's comeback, even if brief, was a reminder that the journey is long, that setbacks are temporary, that champions never stop fighting. Third, Queen's Club taught Eala about friendship. She and Jovic are rivals on the court, but they are friends off it. They respect each other, they support each other, they want each other to succeed. In a sport that can be isolating and cutthroat, that friendship is a gift, and Eala treasures it. Finally, Queen's Club taught Eala that the Wimbledon dream is still alive. Yes, she lost to Jovic. Yes, her ranking slipped to number 35 in the world. But the season is not over. The grass court season is just beginning. She still has the Bad Homburg Open, where she will team up with Venus Williams. She still has Wimbledon itself, and she still has the support of 115 million Filipinos. What really happened around Alex Eala at Queen's Club? A lot. A promotion, a Serena sighting, a victory, a loss, a friendship tested and strengthened, in a champion who refused to let defeat define her. That is the real story, and it is only the beginning. For more coverage in tennis, subscribe and hit the notification bell.